Okay, at this time we'll call up our two wild card participants for the 2013 Chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup.
Yes.
And that's Kasey Kahne. Kasey gets in with his 2 wins. Martin Truex Jr. gets in with his 1 win and breaker of the tiebreaker. Let's hear from Kasey right now. Kasey, certainly, you know, you actually had wrapped up at least a wild card berth last week at Atlanta. Maybe just talk about your race here tonight, and then we'll get to Martin. Go ahead, Kasey.
Yeah, I was just glad we had it wrapped up because we were struggling tonight throughout the race, just off. Never really got it figured out. Tight first 20 laps and then spinning the last 60. So it was a tough race for us. I wish somehow Jeff would have got in, but that didn't happen, and that's it.
And Martin, talk about getting into Chase. Certainly highs and lows all night, back and forth. Just talk about your feelings now.
Well, I mean, I'm happy. I mean, shocked after, you know, we had such a rough night. You know, honestly, we came down pit road after the race and nobody knew what was going on. You know, I just did everything I could all night to get every spot I could, and you know, we struggled on long runs, but on the short runs we were fast, and at the end we were able to pass a bunch of cars, and we got lucky with the caution, with the way the cautions fell when a bunch of those guys had to get a wave around. We got some track position there, and then you know we were able to get a couple of good restarts and get a bunch of spots, and you know we just kind of got lucky. Newman was really fast tonight. We tied him, so I crazy how it went down. I mean, I thought that, you know, every time I asked all night where we were out, and so I just quit asking and, you know, just kept working on the race car and trying to get it better, and never gave up, and proud of my guys for their effort.
Questions for Kasey or Martin? We'll start with Stan. Go ahead.
Stan Creekmore with RPM tonight. Kasey, did you at any time during practice expect the race to be this way tonight?
As far as my car?
Yeah.
No, I thought my car was decent in practice. We made a 25-lap run, and it wasn't as good as some, but it was better than most. So I thought we were all right. You know, once the race started, I knew we weren't, and we made some long adjustments 4 times to where we came out last, you know, and just really worked on it and just didn't go anywhere after those. So we struggled here the first race also, and tested here and never felt good in the test. You know, Martin wasn't as good as Clint. Clint was kind of the best guy at the test, I thought. And so we knew we were off, but I haven't been able to figure it out. And I don't know if it's, you know, the way I drive this track with this tire, track, car combination, the way where I lift and how I hold the car out on entry, things like that, or if we're just missing it setup-wise. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely glad this isn't one of the final 10, this track.
That was going to be my follow-up. So are you glad that there's nothing like this coming?
I'm glad we had 2 wins coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who else? Right here, Tim and Nate.
Kim Robertson, Insider Racing News for Martin. How's the wrist, how's the cast, and how's it going to affect the chase?
Well, the cast is a whole lot better than it was last week. It's still completely intact. It hurts half as much as it did last week, which is good. It still hurts, but obviously I made a huge step forward from last week, and hopefully each week it'll continue to get that much better. It really wasn't an issue tonight. It's one of those things that's always in the back of your mind. You can always feel it. It's always annoying you, but you really can drive through it. So I don't think it'll affect us. We'll just have to hope it keeps getting better and go from there.
Next question. Go ahead.
Nate Ryan, USA Today Sports for Martin. This is a sport filled with conspiracy theorists, I'm sure you know. So yeah. Ryan Newman gets hurt by the caution that's caused
Yeah.
by your teammates' spin. Do you have any thoughts on that? Just the craziness.
You know, I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on it, honestly. I didn't even know it happened until after the race. Marty Smith asked me that question. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, honestly, I had no idea. I raced my ass off all night long. That's all I can do. You know, I tell my crew chief what my car's doing, what I need to go faster. That was enough to worry about. I don't have to worry about any other people out on the racetrack. So I knew Ryan was fast all night. I seen him way up ahead of me all night long. I knew we were going to be close. But the last that I knew, the 22 had the last wild card spot. And neither of us had a, you know, neither me or Ryan had it. So I just knew on that last restart I had to try to keep up with him the best I could, because I knew, you know, based on going into the race where the points were, we had to stay close to each other. I didn't even know that the 15 brought out the caution until after the race.
Take one more question for these two. Anybody? Bob Pockers.
I'm Bob Parker, Sporting News for Martin. I know, are you kind of surprised that you're sitting here, considering what went on during the chase? You almost seem
Yeah.
more surprised
Tonight,
than excited. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I got out of the car, I was just speechless, because, I mean, I thought at no point in this race tonight we had a chance. I knew the 22 was running really bad, and he had a win. Newman had a win. We were only 5 points apart, and he was running way better than we were. So, you know, I just said there was about 100 laps into the race. There was a point where I said, I'm not even going to worry about it anymore. I'm just going to try to keep working on my car to get it better, and that's all I could do at that point.